Alright, hello everyone, good evening and welcome back to WAOF1 on a Sunday. My name is Brian, your resident commentator, and we are here for a sprint weekend around the Jeddah Grand Prix. Now, if you don't remember how sprint races go here or are new to the channel and to the league, basically the way we do sprint races is short quali, which is followed by a 25% race, after which we will go back to the lobby, and then a random number of drivers will be reversed, which will be announced by, I believe, Will, but when the time is right. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into it, because drivers will not have as much preparation time as they usually will. So it's full blast immediately. And of course, Gunnar is out first, but we're used to that. Hello James, hello Bucko, hello Rich. Why are you watching it now? Now I have nothing to talk about in the break. God dang it. What will I do? Um, Honestly, you can skip like I think it was 45 minutes till the red flag was gone. But after that, it was decent. Wasn't the most exciting race, but it was a good race. Yeah, the race restarted at 3 minutes past half. So like half an hour, I guess, not 45 minutes. Still, the break was really long for no reason. Right, Gunnar is obviously gonna be the first person on the lap. Let's see how he does. I don't remember the pole time correctly from Tuesday. I think Rich will get a 29.0 for pole. You know what? We'll have to see it happen. Who is Ryron? Ah, fair enough. And you think Rich will beat your time? In short quality? Nah. Okay, why is he Ryron now? That is distracting. Oh wait, we're supposed to be on with Gunnar for his lap. Has plenty of battery towards the line. Comes across with a 130.2. So if anyone gets a 29 flat, then fair play. Wow. Whale. 29.5. Okay, I stand corrected. 29 flat might be might be very available. Let's have a look at Mr. Ryanair. Gets a beautiful 28.6. What? Hello, Hilly. Why Rich guaranteed pole? What's going on? what witchcraft has he accomplished? he doesn't have a teammate here. There is Admiral. Jesus. And that's in practice as well. He might even be able to get into the 27s. If we can do a 28 flat in practice. Well, almost flat, 210s, but still. 210s isn't that big. Ooh, I'll join. Well, everyone just set their lap time really quickly behind each other. Rich P1, Rairo P2, and he is already a whopping 6 tenths behind. There's only 2 people who are even within a second of Rich. That is mental. Rich might actually be able to ego retire on this. Where was this pace when we did Jeddah on Tuesday? But well, now you're all still here and actively watching as well. It's mostly had invalidated this time somewhere. Taylor just started a lap, so we'll be on with him. I need opinions because Feyenoord had a match today, and in said match, it had to be cancelled at one point, or like suspended, because the supporters lit fireworks, and they actually shot them into the opposing public. Now, I gotta know, do you guys think fireworks should be banned from stadiums? In my personal opinion, no, but they should be used responsibly. Taylor has absolutely not saved any battery for this bit. That is gonna be horrible for his lap time. Will be like 20 kilometers an hour slower through the straights alone. We'll go towards the line. It's still P10. If he gets the battery right, Taylor could legit be in a challenge for P2. But he just loses at least a second on the straights. To the man that needs no introduction. He's on an outlap currently for his first attempt of the night, and I expect big things. So no pressure, Hilly. There's a yellow flag, but that is all the way across the other side of the track, so shouldn't affect Hilly. Big lift into turn 1. It gets up to 100%, which is what you want. Just I think it's so impressive how he's doing this on controller, and I've probably said it every single week so far, but I truly mean it. I couldn't. 80 up to P4. It's actually 1,000th away from Whale. That is extremely close. Godzilla, final person to put in a lap time, so we'll be on with him as well, and then we'll focus on the main contenders for P2. S9R8 will, of course, absolutely fly away with pole position. Right, there he comes towards the line. Godzilla goes up into P15, moves himself off the back row by quite a comfortable margin compared to Shawnee Boy, who is 1.2 seconds behind. These three seem to be in a battle between themselves. So I can't believe this has happened again, but two people have set the exact same time again. Mosley and Joey Lucchesi. This time, of course, not for pole, but very close. With 5 minutes to go, Shawnee Boy has traffic ahead of Paddy Cabes. But Shawnee Boy, yeah, he is finishing a lap. And now he decides to stay in the way of the Ferrari. I don't know. Looked kinda weird, but we move. Charlie Boy's a weird guy, so it checks out. Haley on an outlap, and he is currently the only one in the top 9 to do so. He is the only one that's early. Emperor also on an outlap. It's 7 tons down for Paddy, so I don't think he will be improving. Taylor boxes, Robin boxes, Emperor about to start his lap, so we'll be on board with Emperor. I love that helmet, looks great. But here we go. Oh, he loses his wheel on the inside and he's out. Took too much risk on entry. and Emperor is knocked himself out of quali. Well, it was bound to happen to someone. It's a tricky corner, and well, we've had our victim for this qualifying session. Onto Hilly, who invalidated. So he's currently just out there burning fuel. Just something he didn't really understand doing, but now his hand is kind of forced into it. Robin going as well, and he's looking to put himself into the top 10. Doesn't need huge improvements to do so. In fact, 1/10 would get him up to P8. Which is something he'll definitely be aiming for. And he's up 5. So, Licorious, count your days. Robin is coming. Gonna say he's gonna get a lovely toe as well, but unfortunately that leaves to the imagination. Gets a little toe, but has no battery for that final straight, which is gonna hurt. He's now down to 4/10 up, and he won't hit a high top speed here. In fact, he might not even get into 8th gear. He does. But barely into the final corner. He's gonna need a great launch. It doesn't look that bad, but can he still improve? And no, he cannot. He pulls into the pit lane. He's burned his battery too early, and no P top 10 for him. He's invalidated again, and he's not gonna come round in time. Hilly won't improve. How about Will? Recently crowned Thursday Div 2 champion. So congratulations, Will. Prove me wrong. Wins a race, and wins a race on a technicality. But wins a race and wins a championship. And now looking to get P2 in this race as well, and line up right beside Rich, who looks like he has pole position on lock. Then again, not really reaching optimal top speeds. Bucko and Robin and Paddy Caves also done. He drift into the final turn. And a sprint towards the line. He's not really got a lot of battery, but it doesn't matter. Goes into P2. Now it's up to Ryan, and Ryan is not improving. He does have a toe from his teammate as Rich improves to a 28-2, matching his practice time. Mostly into the top 10. Ryan does not improve. Admiral gets P5, Gunnar 6, Licorious 7th. Gaza jumps back into the top 10 to knock Mosley out of it. And that is an insane gap at the front. But we've had that before, where the gap was big and then the race was a lot closer. But I must admit, that is a huge margin. Only one person able to be within a second. Hashtag get rich into Thursday Div 1. Right. Well, now it's time for the sprint race. And hopefully not a too long break, by the way. 3 minutes, there we go. That is perfect. There we go then, formation lap. Now we will see the difference on who's gone soft compared to mediums, maybe in a set of hards. I think the softs... Oh wait, they have to pit of course. But the hards aren't great at all. Get on the mediums, have the softs at the end, and you'll get a podium. And Rijroop is the only one that has remembered it. Our leader dictates the pace, and Rich is going very quickly. In fact, it's Hilly who is not. Tell you what, I'm a little tired. I don't get how, because I slept plenty, but It's not even like I did much today. I'm just tired. Won't be putting no sleeping on stream though. Those days are behind me. Right, Paddy is gonna be the final person to line up on the grid, so let's see how he do. It actually lines it up nicely. There we go then. We'll wait for the lights. They are turning on. And they're off. Longest wait ever. Rich had a great reaction time as well. Into turn 1. Will be the contact made by Will and Rich. And there goes a Hilly. Round the outside of Ryan, or at least he's trying to, will turn to the inside. He absolutely sends it. And Ryan has to go off track. I think someone was sideways there. It's a bit chaotic here in the midfield. But everyone has made it through. That's 3 wide. 4 wide almost. Contact made between Bucko and Robin. Robin is round and so is Joey Lucchesi. Joey Lucchesi almost went upside down. Huge damage and virtual safety car is out. That was initiated by Bucko and Robin making contact there, and then chaos just erupted behind them. So that is huge damage for Joey. And he is not gonna be benefiting much by a virtual safety car. Big damage for Ryan as well. Can't see Licorious or Godzilla very well. So I think it's just them as the safety car comes in, and that will mark the end of lap 1. There's Rich, and Rich was not awake. Will going for the lead. Ryan is right there as well. Is he gonna make it 3 wide? Surely not. Both Will and Rich very late on the brakes. Rich goes off the track. Rich will have to give that position back. And Will take the lead of the Jeddah Sprint Grand Prix. Telemetry. Oh, there we go. Don't care about possible strategies. Go away, Licorious. Round again, there's more chaos at the back. Paddy Capes and Licorious are both round. Joey the Jetsi just leaves the pit lane. This is all very close. We're gonna be on with Gooner. Let's see if something can happen, as now Robin has had another moment. And Rich actually takes that position before the straight. Will doesn't have any battery. This allows Ryan to go up into P2. Taylor also gets Emperor. Will being really aggressive on the inside of these corners. Not really saving battery, and that might even cost the position to Gooner, who is gonna have to go around the outside. But he gets it done before the straight is even over. Will needs to save battery. Number 1 concern. And Rich just has to try and run away now, but at the moment Ryan definitely in the best position. Those softs will already be shit. Well, that's not really true, but the mediums will be better by now. These two are starting to pull away from Gunnar a little bit. But the whole top 6 is still, well, was still within range, but Gunnar has just dropped out of it. Gunnar doesn't have a lot of battery. And there's actually big leakage all across the grid. Ryan, he is eyeing up a move. Couldn't get it done. Will first to pit together with Admiral. And they are onto mediums till the end. So their tires will suck at the end. Rich gets a penalty. Oh, that is very interesting, because now all Ryan needs to do is just stay within 3 seconds and he's won this race. Oh, someone spun and it's Mosley. That's such a shame, he was so high up. Another spin, that is Rich from the lead. Down to P4, that is huge. Rich now probably has no chance of getting a win here. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. He could end up very low in this race and still get pole position for the next. Does drop another 2 places though. That's gonna be painful. As Ryan immediately decides to take profit from it. So do Gunnar. As they go on to the hards. And to be fair, that was the winning strategy in the sprint. Has Gunnar just gone on to another set of mediums? Has he? He has. Did he start on the softs? Yeah, okay. It looked like he put on another set of mediums. Side by side with his teammate Robin, that was close. Shiny boy right ahead of these guys. That might hurt. The Shiny boy isn't the quickest through this section of track. And you can see how much that slowed up Will. There's actually contact there. Will gets put in the wall by Ryan. Not Ryan, Shiny boy, who is being an absolute menace. Gunnar doesn't take no for an answer and just instantly gets himself past. He is now Robin's problem. Admiral getting past Godzilla. They're both very low on battery. So is Will. It's just no one know how to save battery here. It's really not that difficult around this track. So he is also pitted. He pitted a lap later than these guys. But he might overcut them. Well, he's at least ahead of... Yeah, he's ahead of both of them. Huge for Hilly. And the lap traffic, well, the traffic, not lapped, has really hurt Will and Gunnar's chances. Shoneyboy gets 10 seconds for exceeding track limits. What are you doing, Sean? Bucko, Taylor and Gaza, all the guys on the mediums. So there's a yellow flag and it's mostly again who's lost out on positions. Here comes Gaza around the outside. He's not burned the battery on exit enough and he actually decides to pull in. Follows Taylor in. And Bucko, now I believe the only one that hasn't pitted. Fastest lap for Rich, there's another yellow flag. Rich has already made his way past Gooner, but he now has 5 people and a lot of time to make up. And that's just simply not happening. Actually playing with fire within track limits. And that is a huge send. Doesn't quite get it done fully. He now has, because Will backs out of it. And somehow they're on the same amount of ERS. Will really needs to save just somehow. Gaps have kind of calmed down. Gaza, now they're still down in P10. He's actually gonna go for a move here. At least he wasn't far off. Now onto the straight, he's gonna get another opportunity. He's not really burning. He's just saving it for the next straight. Very smart. Now has a huge advantage compared to Robin. He can just fly past. And that's Gaza up to P9. Potentially P8 because Bucko also in the pit lane. Yeah, it will be P8. Oh, Will! What's happened to Will? Will is around. Oh, that is heartbreak. Will down to P12. And that is... Well, that might be a good thing, you know. Imagine now if it says like, oh, you know what? Will reverse the top 12. And Will just starts on pole for the next race. I cannot wait for the rig delegations if that happens. In the background there, Rich going for a move on Hilly. And what a strong drive he's having. If it wasn't for the mistakes, then he would be in the lead by miles. But currently P2. 2.4 seconds away from getting into P1. And 5.1 seconds away from victory. We gotta see a Mosley pole. I want that to happen. Really not really deciding to stay with Rich for this straight, but has a huge battery advantage. It will definitely come in play for the next two straights. And that gap just keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. To a point where Hilly could really attack. This is a man that's good at the battery saving. They have caught up to Ryan. 2 laps to go. Oh wait, Rich took the lead. Sorry, my head is not with it at the moment, but that is huge. That means Rich could still pull out a gap. Considering the pace he has, it's definitely not impossible, but it is difficult. He just looks so committed through the corners. Especially when the people behind make a little mistake, that is gonna hurt them. Hilly, of course, also won't want to give that up. So I forgot what I was saying. Yellow flag, and that is, I believe, Joey the Chetsi. These guys all seem pretty far away from each other, so let's go to the battle for P5, where it's Taylor, Gaza, and Gunnar all going at it. This is a penalty for Paco. Taylor on the inside of Gunnar gets the position. Gaza there as well, but Gaza waits and waits patiently. Oh, and Paddy Cabes is massively held up, Brian. This guy's also very close. Look at the amount of battery Gaza has. Gaza can definitely take Gunnar. We're gonna quickly go to here because Rich will take the win on track. But it goes to Ryan in P1, Hilly in P2. It's gonna be Taylor, or I mean Admiral in P3. Hilly cannot get both. But jeez, Gaza, wow, I am so not on it. Taylor gets P5, Gaza P6, Gunnar P7. There we go, and it might be a drag race towards the line for Licorius, it almost was. Not quite close enough, and none of these guys really are, so I think with that the lineup is set. And now we will await who will end up where. And how many people will get swapped around. There we go. Yeah, that's decent, mate. I am gonna quickly mute my mic and just chill for a second, try and gather my thoughts, because tiredness is really kicking in, but we'll be back when we know more about the grid. Right, race time is back. The top 7 got reversed. Yeah, long day indeed. I am very sorry, but I am feeling very groggy. Like, my mind is all fucked up. So, I will do comms and do it to my best capability, but it won't be very exciting today. I've already had to today. So I cannot, like, I won't allow myself anymore. Plus, it's also like I don't want, or I don't have anymore. Yeah, I know I said yes, but that really depends on how I am after this race. Ah, very good. But then I'll be stuck thinking about flags and not actually what's happening on the track. Also, look at this. Gaza in P2. Absolutely love to see it. I've met a lot of people throughout league racing, but I'm not as close with anyone as I am with Gaza. So I'd love to see a Gaza podium, maybe even a win. That would be awesome. But it's gonna be tough for him. A lot of competition behind, and also right beside him in to turn 1. As the lights are out, and we are underway in Jeddah for the main race. It's a great start by Taylor. Everyone so far is clean through beautifully. What a start from Rich. Actually, never mind, he only gained the position. But it looked really good. He's now already behind Gaza and past Gaza. He has a destiny to fulfill. And he is going hard for it. It's already looking at P2. Oh, get the strategies out. I know the strategies. Oh, Gaza almost into the back of Ridge. There we go, move into turn 1. Rich known for being an amazingly aggressive driver and often goes over the limit. But lately, after he's got a quali ban, he seems to have toned it down. And, well, he's looking like he's genuinely unlocked on pace here at Monza. Yes, James, please do enlighten me on the strategies. Yeah, no, I said lately. Monza is in the past. Wait, did I say Monza? Oh, mate. Don't be doing this to me, man. Rich is lining up his move for P1. It seems destined to him. Cooler stays ahead. Oh, that is gonna be very late. And he gets it done. Beautiful move by Rich. Is that aggression that we know from him combined with perfection. And Rich is now into the lead. There's a yellow flag at the back of the pack, and that is for Joey Lucchesi, who has been spun round. Wheel close on Gaza. Gaza has had a horrible start to this race. Already down to P8. Not good at all. He struggled to find the pace right now. Gas also gets overtaken by Licorius, mostly by the way, in P10. No, I don't think he did. Gaza just had a very slow start. And it's just been consistently dropping away. By the way, look at this battle for second. 3 wide, they're all making contact. But somehow they keep it clean into the turn. Very respectful between all. The space that has to be left is left. Is Admiral in second big? Like big news, big story. Can you believe this is my 3rd season commentating here and I still don't know properly like what everyone's pace is. Unbelievable. That is just scary looking behind. Atmos broken a second on Ryan. And here comes Hilly round the outside of Taylor McKenzie. Actually almost has a look on Gunnar into this corner and has a lot of battery. Ryan retakes P2. All Rich has to do is just not bottle. Let me see the start of Bucko, highest on the hearts. Joey Lucchesi once again into the pit lane. He is putting himself on a list to be lapped pretty soon. Must have had some damage though. Admiral has a big amount of battery. It's still almost over to Brian. Great run. Haley also out of nowhere on Gooner. Oh, Gooner. That was close. They're back at it again. This time not quite 3 wide. What a brilliant fight this is. Bucko past the wheel. And these guys will just be yo-yoing around for, well, until they get to the next pit stop. What a move, by the way, almost for Taylor, who found space on the inside. But yeah, in the meantime, Rich is absolutely running away with it. When it matters most, he is showing up. And showing out. This is yellow, that's Robin on the spot. The yellow of the racing bull really makes it look like there's a yellow flag. But there ain't, and there's a penalty for Gooner, so that temporarily takes him out of this battle until other people get a penalty. And that's only a big if. They're all, like basically the whole grid, all relatively close in the line. So if someone were to pit at the moment, they'd drop down to probably around P13, P14. They're almost 3 wide into the final corner. And he decides to wait. Gets a bad exit, which isn't ideal. Did he forget? That's just a little bit of wasted pace, where he was just stuck on 100. Not what you want to keep doing. Ryan went a little bit of track as well, and that might have also been a penalty. And yeah, Haley did forget again. Oh, this is a beautiful camera shot. Look at that. It shows Hilly taking P3, Admiral taking second. And our resident Ryan Just realized it's probably like smart to put the mic close to my mouth. But yeah, our resident Ryan lost 2 positions. He's already gained back 1. Here comes the other. He's on the inside. Gets the move done. Very nice. Well, Gaza has pitted. Gaza looks very far back. But he is the first person to really make his pit stop. Together with Shawnee Boy and Joey Lucchesi. Now we'll see where Gaza ends up when the pit cycle changes. It's very early, yes. But I am speaking from experience that he can make it to the end from here. I almost did from lap 6, and with 3 laps to go, my tires were on 67%, I think. So it's definitely not impossible to go to the end from here. Oh, should I try next time we're here? For next season? So a lot more people have pitted than Gaza is really far behind on all of them. I kind of forgot he was like in the battle for P10 and not for P2. And yeah, that shows. Now though, these guys have a little bit of clean air, but that won't last long. A move on Godzilla by Emperor. Corner loses a position to Whale. Whale is on the up. Oh, I don't even want to know how close that was to the wall. Admiral is in, so is Grenadier. Let's see how much the undercut paid off for the Williams team. Or the overcut, I mean. It looks like he's gonna be miles behind them. What? Oh my god, 1 lap has cost him big time. He was ahead of Hilly, now he's seconds behind. Actually, he has Godzilla there. Almost holding it. He lost 4 seconds in a lap. That is mental. Hilly actually almost has pulled away from these guys. At the moment has the gap, but we don't know what that will look like by the end of the straight. Rich is into the pit lane. This might be close. Actually, no it won't be. He's already exiting the pit lane again, and these guys aren't even past the start-finish straight. And that makes Bucko one of the only people to start on the hards as the leader. And that gap has halved from Haley to Ridge. Licorice has got so much more battery than Godzilla does. But Licorice isn't burning and Godzilla is burning too much. And that's gonna hold up Gooder massively. Wow! Freaking close to the wall. Oh, surely that 3 wide. Imagine if he did. That's close again. Will making the move on Godzilla into the banked corner and gets it done. I am gonna quickly switch on to Rich, because he is about to be able to make a move. One of the only ones he will be able to make. Oh! He's bottled it! Wow! That is unbelievably stupid. He pulled out too late. There's no way you can blame that on Bucko, because Bucko didn't move. Now Rich will be lucky if he didn't escape with wing damage there on the rear. Doesn't look like he has any. But now, he is under big pressure from Haley. Actually, no he's not, because what? He pulled out a second in that straight. Rich is taking it very carefully, as he should. He's had a big moment. Doing great on the battery saving part as well. And just pulls out the fastest lap like it's nothing. Here is Gaza on mostly. It's a beautiful exit by Gaza. Very well played and moves up into P10. It's a yellow flag in sector 2. I can't really see who is losing positions, but it might be Taylor. But I'm not sure. Mostly it goes back past Casa. Yeah, this seems to be the closest battle we have at the moment. So we're gonna stay with these two. It's mostly really likes to burn battery to get back ahead of Gaza. As Gunnar gets another penalty, and that would demote him guaranteed basically down to P9. This is another beautiful fight, and it's about to be even richer because Emperor has arrived. These two have been fighting for laps. Emperor has kind of fallen off of this battle. Bucko, by the way, behind Will, but Bucko has fuel to save. The top 5 kind of seems settled. Top 6 even. There's gonna have to be a big change somehow if anyone there wants to gain a position. Now this is where the real magic is starting to happen. Because these guys are fighting for P7, not even for P8. But Gunnar is there and has those penalties. And Gunnar's pace also not that great at the moment. So Gunnar might even struggle to get top 10. Whoa. Bucko is eyeing up a move, but he can't quite get there. Oh, and he picks up 3 seconds of his own penalties. And that ends the battle, kinda. Will, of course, would still like to finish ahead on track. But now that looks significantly more difficult. No, it doesn't. It looks better. What? Oh. Rich gets a penalty again. A mistake and it's over. So Will gets past Bucko. That's one done. Now has to do the rest. Let's have a look at positions gained. The biggest gainer, Rich, Hidi and Ryan and Licorius. And biggest loser is Gaza, who's down 8 places and not really recovering. Because we are getting into driver of the day conversations now. And I kind of don't want to give it to Rich because he's had 2 races with 2 bottles and 2 penalties. But there's also no one else who I think gets close, really. I mean, I guess maybe Hidi? But yeah, I don't know. Love a bit of input for that, because I legit don't know. I mean, Rich is doing great, so at the moment he'd be my #1 candidate. Yeah, sounds good. Licorius moves up to B5. After 2 tough races, it's good to see him back in the top 5. Which is probably where he belongs, really. Paddy gets 3 seconds. Admiral is close to a podium. Could be able to put himself on said podium. Matter of fact, he has a really good chance. Ryan is lacking pace. As we are nearing the end of the race as well. A huge battery advantage for Admiral. There's a couple of laps left. I might as well try and attack with it. Last lap is quite far back, and now you're just allowing Ryan to nullify your advantage. What happened to Admiral? Suddenly he's just a second behind. And losing time. So it looks like our final battle is not happening after all. Let's have a look at the penalties. That's enough of the penalties. Wasn't really that much to see, I'll be honest. Is that wheel? Is that wheel going slowly? It is! What's going on with the wheel? What has happened? We need to know. Corey's also gets 3 seconds. Whoa. His tires must be absolutely cooking. He's sliding around like a madman. We will find out the conclusion of that in a bit, because we're gonna go on to Rich, who is near on out of fuel, but he's done that quite nicely and perfected it. And now, no way! Oh my god! I thought he just I really thought he bottled it there. Wow, that is legit the messiest way I've ever seen to win a race. But he wins it. Oh, podium fight. That's a drag race, and one that goes the way of Ryan. Admiral takes P4. Now back to this. I think battling with Will has cost Gunnar P9. Will jumps into P7. Gaza will end it in P9. Oh, this is another drag race. Oh, but mostly runs out. And that is race complete. As for driver of the day, I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it a Hilly. He's been consistent today. No penalties, no spins. And his first podium since Belgium. So yeah, that marks Jeddah. Be back next week, 30th of August, to experience my home race, the Dutch Grand Prix. Be sure to check out us on the other days. And yeah. See you guys later. Or in a bit. Good night.